Hey everybody, it's Luke with Figure Me Out, and today we've got the Marvel Legends Marvel Scorpion from the Spider-Man Far From Home wave of Marvel Legends. And this is the Molten Man Build-A-Figure series. On the side here we've got a nice picture of Scorpion. Looks like he's in some pain or something, or trying to kick somebody in the head. On the top we've got a logo from Spider-Man. I think, is that the game, or is that just the Spider-Man logo that he's got in the comics right now? I don't know. Somebody leave a comment, let me know. Here's the other side, same thing. On the back, we've got Scorpion with a nice read-up. You can read that now if you want to. Go ahead and give it a pause. It's a little hard to read, actually, because of the coloring there. On the bottom, we got some words. Let's go ahead and take him open and take him over to the light box for a closer look. Here we are in the light box and taking a closer look at the foot of Molten Man, which is the Build-A-Figure piece this comes with. And it looks pretty good. Again, very interesting, kind of different. Not sure how I feel about this yet, but we'll know more when we put that together. But taking a look at Scorpion himself, and the paint is pretty good on this guy. His eyes are just a little wonky on mine, but I think that's just, you know, production error. Can't really do much about that. This kind of have that marbling kind of effect in the plastic, and not really a whole lot of paint apps, but the ones that are there are pretty clean. Around the eyes, the teeth, it's applied pretty well. The arms look good. So, yeah, it's got that nice metallic kind of sheen to it. Looks really good on the tail. That all looks really good, but you can see that marbly plastic right there. It's a little bit more so, which I don't so much mind. I know some people get, you know, don't care for that, but I don't really care one way or the other. Peg holes at the bottom of the feet, and there are those little holes in the tail because it does have a bendy wire, so that looks good enough. Here's the back of that. So let's go ahead and take this guy out of the light box and we'll talk about articulation. So talking about articulation, we've got the head is on a ball peg. It can look up really, really well. So you can get him in like a crawling scorpion type position. He can look up very good. He looks down just as well, pretty good. A little bit of a, you know, hump neck there, but whatever. Side to side works fine. Got a little bit of tilt. Actually got a lot of tilt this one way, not so much the other way, but you know, a little bit of tilt attitude there. Arms go out to the side, about that much. Full rotation. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbow comes in pretty much all the way. And then the wrists are hinged to go down, up, and there is a swivel as well. At the abs, there's kind of a double rotational joint. So you've got the one here at the top that can hunch forward a little bit. It can hunch back some, but it is limited by the backpack, the tail piece there. You do get rotation out of that top piece as well as a waist rotation. So kind of doubling up on that, not super necessary. But on that top, you also get a little bit of pivot, so that's good. At the hips, they go out pretty far. They go forward, you know, pretty good. Back, just a little bit, not too much. Upper thigh swivel, double jointed knee, boot cut, and ankles that go down, up, and there is a crazy ankle rocker pivot. Now on top of that, you also get the tail, which, like I said earlier, has a bendy wire, so you can get that in pretty much whatever position you want. So if you want to straighten it out, you can. If you want to curl it up a little bit, you can. It does have a little bit of resistance to it, so you do kind of got to hold it in the position, you know, for a moment before it'll really want to stay. And it also does kind of make him a little bit back heavy, so you can't really, like, you can't stand him straight up because he wants to tilt backwards. But you can very easily use that tail as a prop, and then he stands great. So you do kind of have to use the tail as a third leg almost, but then you get that tripod effect, which makes him stand really well. One other thing to note is that the tail itself is actually, this part is not removable as far as I can tell, but the tail itself, if you straighten it out to like the full position, it's a really, really long tail. So a lot of plastic in there. Definitely didn't skimp with the length of the tail there. It's huge. Huge tail. For a size comparison, here he is next to a couple of Sandmen. We've got the Toy Biz Sandman on the right there, and then the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Sandman on the left. And I think that he scales pretty good. That's kind of a bigger guy, so he looks good against them. Here he is next to a few other of Spider-Man's villains. We've got Green Goblin, Electro, Vulture, and then Kraven there on the left, and that's the old Kraven. That's the one from the 2-pack that was a Walmart exclusive. That's from Space Venom Wave, and this is from Hobgoblin Wave, maybe? I can't remember who he came with, but that's that newer Green Goblin that we got just a few years ago. Here he is next to the McFarlane Toys Fortnite Skull Trooper and the Mezco 112 Collective Iron Man, and I think he's a little short compared to these guys. Finally, here he is next to a few Spider-Men. We've got the Homecoming there. We've got the Select. And we've got the Mezco 1/12 Collective PX exclusive Symbiote Spider-Man. That is a mouthful. And I think he scales best with the Marvel Legends Spider-Man there. So that's it. That's the Marvel Legends Scorpion figure from the Molten Man wave. What did you guys think? Do you like this? I think he's pretty cool. He's definitely been living on my coffee table for a day or two. But I think eventually he's going to pop up on the shelf and join the rest of Spider-Man's villains. Anyway, let me know what you think. Leave a comment, hit like, hit subscribe. Check me out over on Instagram, Luke_FigureMeOut at Instagram.com. And in the meantime, happy collecting.